What is up, bakers? Welcome to a little segment that I like to call Roguelike Review, which is similar to my other series that I just made with the really long title, except for one thing. This specifically is for roguelikes because I play so many of them that I felt it justified its own category, and also, for all I know, some games here could be bad, whereas my other series is just for games that I, at the very least, think are good enough to recommend. Fortunately, we're not looking at a bad one today because the game we're looking at is Slots and Daggers, a recently released gamble-like. Side note, am I the only one who thinks it's interesting so many devs picked up the gambling roguelike vignette? Was it Balatro? Will it be a landlord? I don't know. I'm not complaining, but I feel like I see them everywhere now. That said, this one is super distinct in terms of style. It's set up like you're at a table in a bar with a gaming console set into the table. It's kind of a meta feel, like you're playing a game within a game, which I think is really neat. This is also aided by the graphics of the coins and the other details around the screen, contrasting with the actual on-screen action. It's super sick for immersion. In terms of gameplay, the gimmick is that you're going through different locations with different enemies and a different loadout each time, and you attack the enemies and defend and heal and whatnot by spinning slots. Technically, it's not a pure roguelike, not only because you can upgrade between runs, but because you essentially get checkpoints. That said, the basic gameplay loop is that of a roguelike, so I'll accept it. Also, for all you nerds, yes, I know the difference between roguelike and roguelites, but because they sound similar when I say them quickly and it's pedantic, I'm just calling them all roguelikes. Anyway, what this game really has going for it is that the gameplay loop is super addictive, and despite the fact that it's literally a slot machine, it doesn't feel too chance-based. Because you set the items and stop the wheels yourself, it gives you some degree of control. Like, you can usually hit certain items with a decent degree of accuracy. Plus, unlike a game such as Luck Be a Landlord where you're trying to essentially build your deck as optimally as possible, this game provides some leeway by offering some more skill-based options, like a target to hit, or a meter that's challenging to time accurately, but you're still fully capable of doing. This game does a really good job of balancing chance, strategy, and skill, which is super engaging. My main problem with it, and problem in quotes, is that it feels like one of those roguelikes that kind of keeps you from winning the first few tries. Like in Hades 2, where Eris will heavily debuff you if you're going too fast to start with, this game hits you with enemies that are so unreasonably strong that it clearly expects you to die and level up for the next run. Like I said though, there are checkpoints, and it's definitely more of a marathon than a sprint, so that's not inherently a bad thing. Other than that, the enemies can get a bit repetitive since they're all the same in each area, but just with a slightly randomized order, but it doesn't really matter too much since you're mainly focused on finding the optimal way to beat them with the materials you have. All in all, everything about this game is super solid, aesthetically pleasing, and easy to get sucked into, and for that, personally, I would easily recommend it with a 9 out of 10, but I feel like you couldn't even go lower than like an 8 out of 10 just purely because it really accomplishes what it sets out to do. Let me know what you think in the comments, and otherwise, take care, have a good one, bye.